Welcome to the Friendlyjordies Podcast, everyone. We've been hit by COVID once again.
Guess who has it out of us three? Have you got comments? Can they guess?
Yeah, I've got comments here. If
I was going to guess, I would say it's Mislav. Like, he does look like a cancer patient. Wearing a hat of the band that visited him.
Tell us who got it. The winner gets a prize.
I love Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, it sounds like a very Guns N' Roses thing.
Did we both just say Guns?
Hang in there, dude. He's got a week to live. Oh well, it was nice seeing you anyway.
Hey, it's like did they lift your spirits? Well, kind of. They gave me this guitar. They said I could keep it, and that's pretty cool. Mm. Did they sign it? No, they had to go. They didn't have the time. They said they would have, but they couldn't do it.
Yeah, you look on the back and it says poison, and he's like, what the hell?
Someone's been doing their 80s rock research.
Yeah.
They
it's certainly not me.
They know it was. They know you've got COVID because you mentioned it on some video.
Oh.
Well,
that ruined the fun of one of Ali's patented famous games. That is all the creativity you're getting out of this podcast.
Oh, that's all our segments done.
Hey, Jordan, I've got a question. Tell me if the skincare routine works or not. So you start off the morning with this SP50 sunblock.
Is that yours, Ali?
Yeah. I've got a whole bunch of stuff here that I've been using for 1 week.
Okay, well, that's, I'm glad to see that you got the rudest, coolest, crudest out of all of them. That is not taking any apologies from anyone, is it?
Okay, you start off with that.
What, sunscreen? That's your fucking skincare.
Well, no, that's
you got
first thing in the morning.
You live in a continent that doesn't have an ozone layer. It's a good idea.
Excuse me. I think I know what gives you cancer, and it's not the sun.
Well, I'm not concerned about cancer. And then secondly, when
what are you concerned with then?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you in a second. And then I use this when I need to wipe off my sun care exfoliator.
That shit's good. I mean, that company's good. I don't know who that is.
I've never heard of jelly exfoliator in my life, Ali. You've gone in deep.
Then you put on this
rectal serum.
Yeah, you have to do it anally.
What the fuck?
Ali's got no problem with that.
I'm kidding. It's on your face.
He doesn't have to do it, but he does it anyway. He wants his penis looking as bright, as spotless as possible.
Oh no, not that spotless.
And then lastly, your night cream or the night thing.
Hey, hold on. Hold that thought.
Is this gonna work, Jordan? Okay, the reason why I do this is I don't think this should be part of the pod, but I've got heaps of fucking these dark circles now. Can you see them? Like, what are you laughing at?
I've so many pegging jokes. You've never asked for it to be edited.
Oh. Wait, is it on the thing? Do you guys tan your balls to increase testosterone? No, just
now we will.
Merlini says sleep, Ali. I do.
Why do you give a shit
well, that was
all of a sudden about your skin?
No, because you missed it. I've got these fucking dark circles that are kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Why are they scaring you? What's wrong with you getting those really scary Indian man bags under your eyes?
Yeah.
Dude, I think your wife's been beating
you. Gotta
you.
Ali, if you just go to a plastic surgeon. You can't. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's a certain type of Indian man that looks like the main protagonist in the children's classic, The Very Sleepy Bear.
Jesus.
You know that guy?
No.
I think so.
Well, you wouldn't know it. You've never seen an Indian man.
Yeah, that's why we have those bags, because we've never seen this cartoon.
Am I imagining this? Can chat let me know? There's a certain type of Indian guy that you see that has a level of bag under their eye.
They do. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm talking about?
But Ali, I think that your missus is beating you in your sleep. That's not a fucking. You just got a black eye.
Yeah, or he's just come up with an elaborate cover story, and she is just
Yes, that's right. It's just like it's the sun. It's the sun's doing it. I didn't take a trip down the stairs.
Also,
Ali, also, can I just want you to watch this at some point in your life, and you'll like it because it's on the even more lame ABC, the BBC.
British bathroom.
The one that all you know, boomers on the ABC, how they all, you can tell, really wish that they're on the BBC.
Yeah.
And then in Gen X, they all just are hoping that they can get on Channel 10. But that was a real generational shift thing. It's got nothing to do with what I was saying. There's going to be a lot of that today. Ali, watch Dark Place.
Okay, I will.
To go with your dark bags.
No, that's not the whole. You have to say the whole name of the thing. It's like calling it Sesame instead of Sesame Street.
I see your point, Miss Love, but I can't add to it. Well, Ali's just going to have to solve these riddles through.
For fuck's sake. All right. Yeah, you'll figure it out, Ali.
Jordan, did you know YouTube is a cesspool? It is the weirdest place in the world. Just before I logged on, I was doing this. And this was the video I was watching. So it starts off at some guy starting to
yeah.
We all know that the SS and the Nazi army killed millions of people, but 80 years later, we're still saying, God, their uniforms were dapper. And then he goes on, and he's like, why it's the best uniform ever made. The common misconception is that people think Hugo Boss made those uniforms. That would be incorrect. They did manufacture it indeed, but it was made by this man who was a Nazi sympathizer and also a genius.
A fashion guru.
What
gives another meaning to the devil wears Prada. Am I right?
Okay, wait. Let me share my screen to show you guys.
Why are you watching it? That's the question.
Dude, it's fucking funny.
Yeah,
dead stare.
Dead man's face.
And their view and his channel.
I can't tell if he's passionate or just not alive.
Yeah.
Look at his channel. It's called Real Men, Real Style.
Real fucked up.
Yeah, you're so right. You know what really scares me, Ali?
What?
When you go on YouTube and there's one of those interest holes, like that, for instance, men's fashion, that you've never thought about in your entire life, and then it'll have 3 million subscribers.
So insane. Dude, you know what it is? The broader and less specific a subject is, the more you'll get. So if you do a thing being like, like, this is the world, and then the video is just being like, this is Earth, it's this big, then it's like, I think you're rich overnight.
I think he's right.
Holy
hell, all of a sudden you see Miss Love Balabragic just feating with all of these teenagers who are making moves from TikTok to YouTube, like just being like, dude, buggy with this Sarah.
With this face, this is the face, and we're just going,
yeah.
Like, no.
What was it again? Ali, we had a really good one the other day.
Oh, it was the Lego.
It was something like this. It was something along the lines of, I insulted a Saudi prince. and then there's just a shot of the guy getting like his head is cut off, and in the animation he's going,
It's genius. It's fucking genius. It's worth dying for, you know?
That's so funny. And it was all true. He did get beheaded.
Oh, speaking of boys, I would love to do this podcast a deep dive into the royal family. I don't know about you, but for some reason, they seem to be popping up in my feed a lot.
Just in case,
with Nazi uniforms, which is very suspicious, I have to say.
Just in case someone had any more questions.
What can I do?
Dude, just in case anyone might have had any last questions about which one of us has COVID. That was the nail in the coffin there.
You know what happened? Ali,
What?
I think I told Miss this. The first night, which is always the killer of COVID, when your head just feels like there's one of those punish demons that are all, they've got all of those knives sticking out of their body. That just becomes your brain, and it just goes like all along your skull. That was my first night. And the whole night I was up. I couldn't stop thinking about, I hope King Charles keeps the legacy of the crown intact.
Old sausage fingers.
So you were basically...
then I woke up again, delirious, like with that movie that I watched last time I was on COVID, Horrible Bosses, and I thought it was amazing. And then I woke up the next day, I was like, wait a second, what the fuck does King Charles do?
Dude, I tell you, he gets mad at his servants. Have you seen those videos of him getting pissed off?
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, I think we might have talked about it in the last one too, but
no, we didn't, because the last one we had a guest host. So my memory of the last one was a haze. I'll tell you that much.
What do we think
Have you
about
still got
that?
the tan?
The tan
You
started.
really don't look at me, so I have to say. I cannot explain to you enough how much it's very hard to tell the difference between you and Michael Jackson.
Wait a sec. Does this help or hinder it? Ready?
No! Take them off.
It's a crime against
For any
nature.
listeners watching, it's so scary. It's like when the lead singer of Korn talks about mad concerts he did on YouTube, and then it cuts to him now, and he has those exact glasses, being like, "Yeah, man, Germany goes off. Like sometimes I think it goes a little too off, but that just might be because now I got kids and everything, and I think about how they'd be in a mosh." It's like, ugh. You're
Dude,
the same guy that wrote many albums, huh?
People thought Untouchables was too heavy, and like I would just say, look, man, I have to disagree. I think it wasn't heavy enough. Ollie, how fucked is it?
But also because he's like old and evened out, and just be like, but then again, they might have a point. I don't know.
Ali, now there's two people that are good at politics.
Yeah, I know. I'm feeling a bit threatened.
Sorry, three. I just disregarded Jordan. Three people that are good at politics.
These Australians taking
Fair enough.
immigrants' jobs.
It is truly amazing looking at this, and you've just got it's like you have the three phases of life here. You have a 10-year-old boy, which is me. Then there's Ali, midlife crisis man. And then you have someone that is getting ready for the grave. In fact, he might have already died because he's so ghoulishly pale. Just in the room filling in for me.
Yeah, death is filling in. Yes, boy. I'll be coming for you soon.
George, so what do you
I'm taking them off.
Royal family what's your royal family segment? What do you want to talk about?
Look, I was talking to it with two, and then she looked it up what the Queen did in her day. Do you want to know? You want to know what the average day of the Queen is?
I know what it is.
Wait, hold up. I haven't seen any commercial television in the last 4 weeks, so I'll listen to it.
Shame on you.
Is that what they were talking about?
Dude, they were
this was normally where the Queen would have her high tea crumpets. So the trumpet mascot, that jackanape man that had the royal spectre anyway, came out and did a bow.
Yeah, dude, it's been like 24/7 Queen shit, and I don't even have a TV.
Yeah, but did they? I think I'm adding something here to the conversation then by saying, here's her schedule.
Well,
there really is no difference between this and Sky News, is there?
I tell you what I did like though. Apparently, like one show on the BBC, was playing Limmy's live stream, and then Limmy reshared it and just said, "It's what she would have wanted."
George, give us the schedule, because at this point these are gonna go in the archive soon, and we are the History Channel. So, what was the late Queen schedule like?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Got up at 7:30, which I've got to say is pretty late for an old timer. They usually get up at the crack of dawn, but
that's true.
That's the cushioned life for you. It makes you lazy. And then her servant would humor her with her minutes while she would draw a bath for Her Majesty.
Oh,
Her Majesty would then have a bath. She would then get out and listen to the bagpipes that I think are played specifically for her. And she humored that for a couple of minutes.
I love to see. It's so good to hear, like, you've been working hard in your downtime.
I know.
Dude, if you had to comment on
There's
bagpipes,
no videos coming out. I know what the Queen does.
Dude, I would love to see a Friendlyjordies being like, I discovered the Queen's routine and lived it for a week.
One week into it, you're like, the bagpipes are the same. I don't know how to review it differently every morning. It's the same song. The bagpipe song is always the same.
Yeah, look, I don't think there's that much. It's kind of like a didgeridoo. Your options are limited. You don't have much to work with bagpipe.
Yeah.
The didgeridoo of the North.
It is. Then she'd go have breakfast. After that, she'd go sit in her office, and then like a bunch of experts would come in and tell her what was happening in the world that day for 2 hours. For 2 hours. There'd just be a bunch of people just coming in being like, Your Majesty, here's what's happening in the colonies of Africa. Your Majesty, here's what's, and then
so far it's identical to your life. Go on.
That's what I was saying. Like, dude, I didn't just live the Queen's life for a week. I've lived 10 years.
Sorry, go on. I mean, you do have that is your life. Like, people come in and just like, John Barilaro, he bought a thing of Nutella. What a dick.
Instead of the entire world, it's just like, Your Majesty, here are the minutes from Wanambu. Your Majesty.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the only way that my life does differ from the Queen's, right? I don't have lunch with Prince Andrew.
Well, if you were good looking
not
enough,
every
maybe
day.
you would have.
Huh?
If you were good looking enough, maybe you would have. Or if
I
you were
was
a little
what?
bit younger.
Still a bit younger. Yeah, that's true. Oh no, wait, not the pedo. What's the bald one?
Yeah, he's the pedo.
No, he's the pedo, but I think the Queen is trying to, I think she has a reputation to hold up. So I don't think that she's, frequently lunching with him.
No, it's her son. What is she gonna do about it?
No, yeah, but man, that guy being your mum's son is a little bit different to being the Queen's son.
Look, you've lost me, so you've already
Prince
lost me.
Andrew.
I've lost myself.
He's the pedo. Prince Andrew's the pedo.
Yeah, not Prince Andrew. Who's King Charles's first son? Isn't it amazing that we know more about this family than our own?
William.
What?
William.
Yeah, apparently she has like lunch with William a lot. She's like, I like William.
Right. So what else did you learn about it?
And then after lunch, she talks to a bunch of dignitaries, apparently for like 10 minutes each. Isn't that baller as kind of like the Santa Claus at the mall with the kid being like, I want a Lego. And it's just like, yeah, okay, sure thing. It's the same thing. Like they just come up to, and she can't do anything because she doesn't have any power. But they just sit there. They're just like, AIDS are bad. It's like, yeah, such dreadful. Do you want a photo? Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you. Can you do a Snapchat to my son? And then after that, her royal day is over and she watches TV or attends to her
Antiques Roadshow.
Huh? Yeah, Antiques Roadshow, sure. And like dinner and all that kind of stuff, and then goes to sleep quite early.
Really?
And man, I was thinking about it and I was like,
not worth the money.
Not worth the money.
It's not.
Wait,
not worth the money.
Not worth it.
It's
then again, look, she's getting paid more than me to do exactly what I do.
That's true.
Yeah.
And the same thing, she just doesn't have any power. She just sits there and listens to all these things. Like, oh, you don't say.
Holy shit. Yeah, the parallels are uncanny.
But like, it's just, man, there's so many things about the royal family that really capture my imagination. And I'm really, I don't know, man, like, dude, they're worth every penny. I'm sick of all this talk about them saying that they're a waste of taxpayers' money. No, they should be paid more, especially Prince Andrew.
And with all them legal cases, I think he needs it too.
But it's like, isn't it kind of weird that they're like this relic from the Middle Ages and they're kind of kept there because, and I feel the same thing. It's just like, I like that link to the past. And I like the fact that you're lording it over me. So continue to take my money and continue to be the head of my state, Your Majesty. And like, dude, I would honestly be legitimately honored to meet King Charles. They just do one of these. And then like, it's cool. It's like, it's from a time of yore. And
yeah,
and
it is from a time of yore
at the same time, because there's sort of this walking museum almost.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of this tourist attraction.
Well, it brings like a considerable amount of money annually.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
it
like,
also takes a considerable amount of money annually.
I wonder which one's more.
No, it'd have to be more. I mean, look, they're always bringing that up of like, they cost 100 million quid a year. And it's just like, dude, that's a couple of grants for like some back road in Townsville. I'll take the palace.
Yeah, fuck. Fair. I mean, like, there's definitely something like it is like you said it pretty well. It does seem like it's like a snapshot of like a walking museum, like, crowns and I don't know.
Well, and it's not just
that's it. That's why you keep it. Because it's kind of cool that you just walk around Buckingham Palace and then instead of just having a mechanical queen just being like, this is where Queen Elizabeth the first sat, being like, trying to meet you. Instead of that, you actually have Queen Elizabeth II there just being like, I'm sorry, I thought that visiting hours were the...
Yes. And instead of having a robotic talking dog like we have in the CBD, you have a real talking dog.
look, it might be a relic of history, but that is a dark chapter of history.
No, shut the fuck up.
Have you heard of the Koh-i-Noor Diamond?
The
Do you know the
what?
controversy around it?
No, what's that?
So Koh-i-Noor was a diamond that the queen that is studded on the queen's crown. It's the most expensive diamond in the world,
Jesus.
123 carat or some shit like that.
That's a lot of matcha ball.
It was stolen from.
Really?
Well, it's disputed, but the biggest claim is India. They want the diamond back. They've been wanting it back for ages, but now that she's dead.
Hey, finders keepers.
But you know what's funny about this diamond? So it's been sort of passed around like a joint for centuries. It was like and in fact, like it's been passed around so much that the legend says whoever who has possession of this diamond will be a cursed individual that will never be able to control the world. And somehow the Indian government still wants this diamond back. Back in 2003, they like lobbied to David Cameron to get the diamond back, and David Cameron's response was like, I don't dispute that this diamond belongs to India originally,
Ali.
but yours now. and
Wait, what did he say? Man, you paused. You did the Miss Love moment.
Okay, so he said that
You turned into Doctor Who. You're like that.
he said that I understand that this diamond was initially India's, but you see, it belongs to us now, and it shall stay put. Because if we start giving this diamond back, half of the British museums will become empty.
I mean, he's kind of right, isn't he? He's right.
Yeah, he's right.
I mean,
Yeah,
it is
but
the
the
colonialism is
controversy-
the history of the world, you know.
The controversy started off because the last person who owned the diamond was this 10-year-old kid from so his father was the ruler of Punjab, the province, who fought a war with the Brits and lost. And so his 10-year-old son became the leader, and the British government was like, you're gonna give us the diamond, and he was scared, and so he said, "Okay, take it."
Scared.
That's brutal.
Bullied like taking candy off a baby.
Fuck, that's brutal.
And also they took his entire territory.
Shit.
So now
Not the
they're saying,
territory.
"Give us the diamond back." That 10-year-old didn't have the capacity to give it to you. You bullied him out of it.
This is awesome. This is just another Tales from Pakistan.
This is a tale from Pakistan. The leader was from modern day Pakistan.
Oh,
Known as
shit.
the Emperor of Lahore.
Too scared.
That's such a good description.
Why are you laughing? It's a dark
Maybe he
chapter
should have been-
of our
I
history.
don't know. It's just really funny that it's a 10-year-old, dude. It's
It was a 10-year-old?
Yeah, it was a 10-year-old.
Well, obviously he was scared. Of course he was
Yeah,
scared.
that's why he gave it back.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
he didn't give it
that
back. He
sounds
just
too
gave
good.
it to them. So basically, the Indians want
10-year-old's
the
gonna kill
diamond
me.
now.
Huh?
Hey?
The Indians want the diamond now, and they're serious about it.
Well, they shouldn't have installed a 10-year-old. It's their fault.
Afghanistan also wants the diamond because at one point it was taken by one of their leaders and taken to Afghanistan. But let's be real, they're not even getting their own money back from the US, so I doubt that they'll get the diamond.
Jesus. Brutal. Oh.
But boys, I'm not wrong, hey.
No, you're not.
The Queen is mad. And
She
My-
was. She's no more.
huh?
She's no more.
Yeah, I also woke up that day out of the fever fuel, noting that my cousin.
Oh no. I'm so ready to hear this. I'm so ready.
Is this the capital R cousin?
Yeah, the capital R cousin. No, the lower R cousin.
Lower R cousin. It's not that R.
We know what R stands
Capital
for.
R. I have to distinguish here. I'm trying to get a factual analysis. He asked his parents if he could go fly to London on an emergency flight.
Stop it.
Just
Stop it. Not an emergency.
so he could line up at that, iPhone 6 coming out live. Go past
Man.
the box.
Oh,
I think it's the line is so long. All you have to do, you can't even like stand and just be like, "Thanks, Your Majesty." It's like, "You've taken too long. Into the dungeons with you."
Jordan,
it's too big to drag you out.
Right? Oh, yeah.
I would be upset if you didn't give him the money for the emergency ticket.
Oh yeah, me too. I would. Yeah. Give him.
I would have.
Really?
In fact, I offered. I said, "Do you want somebody?" And then he said, "Quote: My parents won't allow me."
Nah, Jordan, don't lie.
Bloody Republican.
Jordan, this is what he said. He said, "I would, but I don't take money from people with such big egos."
I know that no one watching got that.
Yeah, no, I got that.
And you never will. But just know that that was what we call is a callback.
Yeah, from our own
What a
lives.
callback.
Sorry.
Huh?
We have our own lives. Sorry, internet.
Yeah. Some of it has to be private. For us internet royals.
Yeah,
which actually,
private.
I've got to think about this now, Ali. We have to give ourselves bullshit titles like they have of just being like, the Duke of Gloucester, the Duke of Worcestershire.
You can
huh?
you can officially get the title of Lord. Have you seen those ads on Facebook where you can buy
you can be a lord?
Yeah, you can buy like literally a fucking meter worth of land in Scotland for like $200, and then anyone that owns property in that part of Scotland automatically gets the title of Lord.
What the hell are we doing?
It's all on like Facebook and Instagram social media. So the scam is that buy your friend the title of Lord for their birthday for $200.
Sick.
No scam there, my friend. In fact, my birthday, if you have any ideas, wink, wink.
Well, I'm trying to think of what our titles would be because, all right, I'll get Meme Lord.
Yeah.
No, I'll get Edge Lord.
Can I get Duke of Rocking Out?
Lord of the Rims. Huh?
Can I get Duke of Rocking Out?
No, I don't know how it goes. Isn't a Duke higher than a Lord?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think a Duke has a royal lineage, or
I'm a jester. Let's be honest.
Would you settle for Duke of Rockhampton instead, miss?
Come on, give me Townsville at least.
No, we'll make you the Duke of Chernobyl and call you Duke Nukem.
Holy shit! that was genius. I'll take Duke Nukem.
That was
and then when people come to greet me, I just say, it's time to kick ass and chew gum, and I'm all out of gum. Say that on repeat ad verbatim for like 3 hours a day.
And you were wondering what your new Twitch channel is going to be.
Jordan, coming back to your
material you ever need.
Yeah.
Coming back to the point that you made, that you accept the monarchy as a relic of history and you want it to continue to exist. I agreed with you until this morning. I was watching
amazing.
What, the Diamond? Is it the Diamond?
The 7 News coverage, the 24-hour coverage, and they were talking about how there's hints that the royal family is in, like, they're fighting each other over the inheritance shit. And apparently Andrew is pissed off at Charles. Harry is pissed off at William. And I thought of it and I was like, these guys suck like anyone else. They don't deserve to be royals. Like, fuck them. What's the difference?
I know that. I definitely know that they are just like everyone else. But I
Yeah.
like just elevating someone to that position. It's kind of just cool just being like, yeah, you're ordained by God. Really? For life? Yeah. And every piece of lineage you ever make, ever. Like you rubbing one out into a tissue. That
royal
sperm
tissue.
is better than everyone.
Facts.
It's mad.
So I'm guessing you agree with Karl and Ali. They've come out with. Karl has said that he's basically pissed off at all the Republicans talking about the end of monarchy. So he's saying until pasty white men are talking about the royals, I'm not voting for the Republicans.
What?
And he's just saying that all Republicans are pasty white men, and he doesn't like it.
What is with Karl all of a sudden just becoming a walking pedestrian magazine?
Wait, Karl Stefanovic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
Every time I
pedestrian.
ever see him do anything, he's just like, all right, Anthony Albanese, I don't think anyone has pointed this out yet. You're a white male. Well, I thought that was pretty evident, Karl. Yeah, well, just check your privilege. Okay. What's my salary again? 1.8 million.
I think that he doesn't really care about them being pasty white men, but he was offended by the sudden emergence of these Republicans so soon, too soon. So he didn't know how to respond to it with like arguments against the Republican movement. So he's just all pasty white men and you're annoying.
That's not a pedestrian call though. That's more like a, I don't know, like Sky News call, right?
It's weird. It's a mix, which is Channel 9.
Channel 9. Dude, free to air TV. What a joke. Although I do miss it. I do miss
it
it
a lot. I'm right about this, right? Like so many people have tried to explain to me the Republic of Monarchy debate. And you know what I've realized it all is? A vibe. That's it.
A vibe.
Nothing else.
A vibe.
That's all it is.
What,
Wait,
like, should we
expand
change
on
the
it.
vibe? Is that?
Should we change the vibe?
Yeah.
And I don't want the vibe changed.
I don't even know what the vibe. How a republic would change the vibe. Maybe it would. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd
Well-
definitely change it.
Like, I suppose it'd be the same, but like Steve Irwin's on the on the money or some shit.
Yeah, the more I look at it, the more I think you're always going to replace the king and queen with something. You're going to always worship some figurehead personality.
A figurehead,
that's
yeah.
actually the best argument that I've heard listening to all these Sky News people say. Well, look, America has a king and queen. It's Kim Kardashian and her anemic heroin addict boyfriend.
That's so much worse?
Don't you think?
Yeah, man.
How much better is Queen Elizabeth?
Like, at
Prince
least Queen
Charles
Elizabeth.
Prince
hasn't
Charles is
made
pretty cool too.
Yeah, he's sick.
I know,
And I like William as well.
anecdotes.
It's just Harry. Harry's a dickhead.
I know two anecdotes.
I like the
of-
pedophile more than Harry.
Have you ever wondered why
Oh,
Harry is a
shit.
dick? Maybe the pedophile had to do something with it.
Yeah.
That's right. It's like,
Egregious statements that can get you into so much trouble.
I'm gonna fuck you up for life, Harry. Just come down to the basement. There's some royal boxes we need to move. Come on. Tip, tip.
I know two
We'd all be
anecdotes
happy
of
if that
Prince
happened.
Charles, and both of them are pretty funny.
Huh?
I know two anecdotes of Prince Charles, and both of them are pretty funny.
Go on.
One of them was Piers Morgan was with Simon Cowell, and he met Prince Charles, and he was also with one of these Britain's Got Talent finalists who was like some janitor singer who became a finalist. And so Prince Charles comes up, and the three of them are standing there, and he goes like, "Oh, Simon, so you're taking money from this man in your show. What a weird world we're living in."
Oh, really? Did he? So he said that. That's good.
And apparently Simon was actually offended, but Piers was saying that I was laughing so much that there couldn't have been any tension.
So he was paying out Pierce or the other guy?
No, he was paying out Simon Cowell for because the janitor, whoever was the finalist, he was obviously some poor South of England dude.
Right.
And so Prince Charles was saying, like, you're a billionaire and you're sponging off of this poor man.
That's pretty good.
The second one was one of my friends actually met Prince Charles when he was at Cambridge. And Prince Charles was like, he was like at the Cambridge Student Society or whatever. So Prince Charles was like, he was shaking everyone's hand. And then he comes to my friend and he says, where are you from? And so he said, my friend says, I'm from Pakistan. And he goes like, your wicket keeper has very slippery hands.
He rinsed your mate. That's amazing.
Apparently, roast master general.
70 years of small talk under your belt.
Oh, exactly.
Practicing that for 16 hours a day.
That's all you do. All you do is small talk.
Isn't that incredible? That's
crazy.
Taking it to the next level. It's really weird. It's like, I thought Misov was the world's greatest barfly.
Well, does she drink as much as me?
Yeah.
Like
Mislav has to do other tasks, but like everything in that man's life is handled. You know, when he goes somewhere, apparently he gets like his royal stewards to disassemble his entire bedroom, move it, reassemble it to where he's going before he gets there.
What? Wait, what do you mean where he's going?
And also like demands that his shoelaces are ironed.
No. It is literally a different time, eh?
That's what I'm saying. It's cool. And also it's really weird that everyone keeps going along with it. That's what else I really
It is bizarre. It is like it's kind of like
you can't chop your head off anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the only two people who are still doing
it are the
royals and Adib. They're the only ones.
Yeah.
And the only difference is Adib can chop off heads if he wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Boy,
it's so true.
It was something, huh?
It's so true. Like if just one of those beef eaters was just sort of like, you know, he was like iron my royal shoelaces, and if just one beef eater goes, and spits on the prince's or whatever the fuck he is, king's shoe, he'll like basically he can just be like, you're fired, you know. I'd kill him.
But like it was like, you know, you saw that footage of King Charles signing something and then ink blotched on his fingers, and
yeah,
oh, trash it all away with it, off with the pen's head.
Yes.
And then everyone was just like, oh, His Majesty's hand, running around, freaking out. Like it was.
It's crazy. It's amazing.
It's all the movies that you've ever seen about the royal family, but it's still going on.
Yeah, it's amazing that is happening now in reality. It's like, it's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like even the beef eaters, what's that frilly shit around your neck for? Like so many questions.
And also, Ali, I really want to know this. Why is the Queen sitting there in permanent class for the rest of her life?
Is she?
Well, that's all that's happening. It's just a bunch of Alis walking in being like, okay, and so in Kosovo at the moment, it's just like, oh, Christ, do go on.
Oh, I thought she meant that dude, you know what I thought you meant?
I did too, miss.
I thought you meant they taxidermied her in the funeral and she's just sitting there.
What? And then there's still like experts coming. And I wouldn't be surprised.
And then Lenin in Moscow.
Yeah, like some person informs her about Africa, and then someone just taps him on the shoulder. It's like, that's enough now, Gemma. It's like, it's not any easier. It's not any easier.
It's so true.
I actually thought
look like dude. they were all saying it. And I kind of feel the same way, man. I honestly do. When Queen Elizabeth died, I was like, dude, this is sadder than when my grandma died. This is real. This is tragedy.
That's so like sacrilegious to your own family.
I know, but it's just kind of like, come on. And Nan would have admitted this as well. It's just like, the Queen's better than you, Nan. In fact, you know, in fact, have I ever told you boys that story?
What?
Which one?
My crazy grandma.
My crazy aunt.
No, sorry. My great grandma. Sorry. My great grandma, when Queen Elizabeth was touring Australia, and first of all, you need to know she was a nut, right? She spent her entire life in her bed.
No.
Like me now, pretty much.
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I told you the Queen's better than this woman. Just listen to this. She spent her life in bed, refused to get up, had 6 kids, and then one day decided, no, I'm just going to write poetry. Just wouldn't raise them.
What?
Yeah. And then she used to drink oven cleaner.
No.
Why?
Oven cleaner, not oven
She
cleaner.
thought it cleaned her organs.
Oh my!
The original
God.
Trump.
Yeah, just Trump and her are the only 2 people that believe that.
Dude, are you serious, Jordan?
Yeah. And then one day, the Queen came to Australia for like a royal tour. And my great granddad walked in to give her breakfast and she was gone. And then there was just this 2-week frantic calling the police, just where like she can't have just disappeared. She had to have gone somewhere. I don't think anyone was going to kidnap this 60-year-old woman. And then one day they're watching the royal procession of her touring Tasmania, I think at the time. And this woman runs out of the crowd, and it's my great grandma running at the Queen of England.
Oh my God.
As the beefeaters are just like, stop, in the name of the Queen. And kind of just her back is just this guy, Your Majesty, Your Majesty. And then she was just like, yes, yeah. And turns around, and then she just gets out a rose out of her pocket and goes, a rose for a rose. And then just
her dying wish. That was her dying wish. Oh my God.
Rose.
Dude, it's actually, dude, huh? it would be poetic and beautiful if it wasn't so retarded.
It's so much less impressive Forrest Gump story.
Oh my God, dude.
And apparently she stank. And the police were keeping tabs of her because wherever the Queen was, there was just this disheveled woman wearing the same clothes, the same pajamas, watching her. And she eventually mustered the courage to hand the rose to her. And apparently the Commonwealth Bank took a photo of it, just going, and turned it into an advertising campaign.
Dude, what was the advertising campaign? Being like, we're now expanding to disabled people too. Special needs people are getting our help now too. Dude,
baby.
Dude, I said it once, I'll say it again. You didn't fall into your line of work by chance.
Too many nutters obsessed with political figures.
Yeah, dude. Like, what's the difference between you and like? I mean, you did the same thing. You just handed Barilaro a beer instead of a rose.
Yeah.
Jordan. If Jordan hadn't become famous, he would have done that to like Paul Keating or someone.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Dude, that's an amazing story. That is
for a champ.
Yes. And then he's like, hey, I don't believe in any of this monarchy shit. Get out.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be getting the same warm reception from that lovely old lady. who didn't seem to age for the last 40 years of her life.
Dude, that's so much cooler than anything my family's ever done. Like the coolest thing my family's done is sort of like my granddad built a house. Well, I guess he fought in World War II.
That was it.
I think he fought in World War II. Maybe that's more impressive.
No, the house is get back to the house.
Well, okay, I'll get back to the house. He built it. There you go.
I just wanted to hear it again.
Wait, did he fight against?
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just prone to really liking the Royals. Like, I don't know. You guys don't seem to be anywhere near as chuffed about them.
No. I've always enjoyed the you know, I always thought of it as just kind of like what do you call it? Like a legacy kind of memento. So I kind of always just like liked it because it's like, you know, I love all that royal stuff. Like it's so fairy tale-ish and strange. Like you know, when you're in London, like all the castles and the all of it, even like the London Bridge in it, and like and like the beefeaters and stuff. I'm not, you know, I think
when you go to the Governor General's house, there's just this massive mural-sized portrait of Queen Elizabeth hanging up.
It's quite sort of like how would you call it, like not caricature-y, but it's the closest thing we have to a Disney movie.
That's it.
Yeah.
Closest thing we have to a Disney movie. And I think this is just it. Like if I could go back to any point in time, I'd go back to like 1000 AD.
Is that like when was that? Is that Shakespearean times?
Not even close,
No,
not
much before that.
like maybe 3 Australia's histories different.
Shit. Whoopsie.
But it's that. It's the anything that is based in Game of Thrones. And I think that's why they get to I don't know. Like the more I'm thinking about it, I actually think, and anybody that sits there and says, just like, I don't know, like something about whatever dismissive, snarky points they're going to have about this.
Hey, I'm one of them.
I think that you're going to replace it with someone else that you want to just sit there and idolize. And I like the fact that there's this unbroken legacy of guys with that nice, like, I don't know, bib that has coconut cookie sprinkled color to it for some reason.
Yeah. I kind of feel like in a weird way too, like the monarchy keeps the prime minister in check, which kind of is dumb because it's like, yes, they have our interests at heart, which might not be accurate at all. And, you know, even like Kerr thing might contest to that. But it's like, I feel like if we had a president, our first president would just become like Trump, just be like, first thing is, you have to ride kangaroos now. No more cars. The cars are illegal. They're out. It's like, it's just going to get like too much power. Like presidents have a lot of, like presidents, like look at America. Like presidents nearly end the world. No prime ministers nearly end the world. Like prime ministers do shit like sort of like, it's a national holiday and you only have to do a half day. Boo. Okay, a full day.
Miss, we won't have a president like that.
But it's
our president's going to be like, even if we get a president, he's just going to be ceremonial. The prime minister's still going to call the shots.
Well, that's stupid. If he's just going to be ceremonial, give it to the guy with the crown.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing. I looked at Queen Elizabeth as like a mum figure that I was kind of upset with sometimes. They're like, mom makes some stupid decisions sometimes. And if someone else was like, yeah, fuck the queen, I'd be like, hey, let's not get carried away now. Criticizing some of her decisions. When Charles becomes the king, he's not a mom. He's like your deadbeat older brother. He's like, fucking hell, this guy does not deserve this shit.
Charles,
someone younger to him deserves it more, and he's a legitimate pedophile.
I feel like Charles, I don't know how I feel about old Charlesy boy. There's something weird. The Queen almost like was it was a desensitized thing where it's like it's all I've ever known or whatever. And it's like now we have a king. Like a king is a bit more, seems more like aggressive and a bit more off with his head style. Like it's a bit weird. Like we have a king.
Yeah, it was nice having a mum, wasn't it?
Yeah, like having a king.
Not even a mum, a grandma.
It's just a nice old bitty grandma that liked tea, whereas like the king is sort of just like, bow down and kiss the king's slippers. Oh no, the king's angry. The king's gonna behead you. It's like the king. Like, dude, come on. Okay, I've got nothing against. I've got like whatever the royals. It's like I get the legacy thing, but if we're going to have a king, we can keep the monarchy, but can we just make the king Shane Warne, even though he's dead?
Yeah. I see where you're going with this.
A king's a bit poncy.
Can't. Huh?
Okay. Well, a king's a bit poncy. It's like I'm a king. It's like, dude, Australia needs some dude from Queensland with a blonde mullet that pumps durries as a king.
That's true.
That goes against every image of a king. That guy's that's a king.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. That is a king. But like, I don't know. Like, I look, put it this way. The Queen, I thought it was like very sweet and nice, sweet old lady. It might take me 20 years to warm to the king. I don't know.
I think so too. I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, but he'd be
Problem is,
dead
I don't
by
think he has 20 years.
Yeah, I don't.
And it's so weird seeing like just some, because this is the other thing that was a real moment of dispelling of, oh, okay, maybe it is a little bit different from the fairy tale books, because every time it was just like, the prince has now arisen, the king. He was always like 25. He wasn't 73 years old.
Dude,
That's
the
crazy.
NHS is
He's
not
like-
all that good.
Over retirement age.
Yeah, he is.
It's so weird thinking about someone being a prince for 7 decades of
I thought he was gonna die before the Queen. I was convinced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too. He's got a lot of that, like, been drinking a lot of port face, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does have that.
But you know, we'll
But his
see.
Klingon son doesn't look anywhere near sick. Maybe it's because there's 30 years difference between them.
He should just be king, the one with the hot wife.
Yeah, Kate. That's because they look the right age to be king and queen.
Yeah.
But I do kind of feel like, even though I think Prince Charles actually is a good dude, like he is,
I don't know,
more about the environment than me, and less people listen to him about the environment than me.
I was gonna say, actually, he's pretty fucking good with the environment.
Yeah, he's really pro action on climate change.
Yeah.
He kind of scolded ScoMo as well.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently the last time ScoMo met him, he was too scared and he just went up to him, and the first thing he said, "We've committed to a net zero 2050." And Charles was like, "Okay, that's very good." You too.
Oh my God, miss, it's true then.
What?
The royal family does kind of keep prime ministers in check.
There you go.
Mm.
Political genius right here.
You know what? I actually like the idea of, it's cool. Dude, come on. Like, who would the president of Australia be ordained by? That's
what I mean. The people.
Parliament. It'll probably be ordained by the Parliament. The royal family was ordained by God. That is a little more intimidating.
Than some guy from Toowoomba or whatever. Jesus, it's true.
Ollie, do you know when they came in? Because aren't they from Holland or something?
Their bloodline is pretty mixed.
Really?
Queen's husband was Greek.
What?
Yeah, but the Queen was
That can't be good.
Look, part of them was obviously British, but the royal families kept marrying each other, so they're kind of like mix of heaps of places. But all royals, like no commoners. They're aristocratic blood, but different royal families.
Really? I thought they were just inbred.
Yeah,
they are. That's why they're inbred, miss, because such a small G pool. Imagine if your options in life, oh God, it's so much more pressure than an arranged marriage in India, because at least in India, you've narrowed it down to what? How many Hindus are there? 700 million? So 350 million options, which granted is less than most people, but you know, you probably won't have to swipe left on the same chick twice.
Yeah, no. I don't think that's even possible.
Yeah, well, maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah.
But when it comes to the royal family, it's kind of just like, okay, you can marry the Duchess of Spain, or you can marry the Princess of Norway.
And there's always your sister.
Anyone else?
If
Can
there's
I
your sister-
Oh,
marry an Earl-S? I don't think an Earl-S exists. You just
I
invented.
think that's
well,
a
wait a sec. Wait a
Bracket.
sec. Wait a sec. What about Harry? Because didn't he just marry like a chick who was on like The Wire or something?
Yeah,
Or, like-
which is why he can never be a royal. Same thing happened with Elizabeth's
Oh, shit.
dad's brother. So Elizabeth wasn't supposed to be the queen. Sorry, Queen Elizabeth II wasn't supposed to be the queen. Her dad became the king. He's the guy who couldn't speak properly from King's Speech.
King George. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's her dad. And her dad wasn't supposed to be the king. His older brother was, but his older brother fell in love with some divorcee American woman, and so he kind of just bailed.
Who was Diana? What was she about? What was she?
She
She
wasn't
was
like
royal, wasn't she?
she wasn't she was like aristocracy, but she wasn't like part of the royal family.
But that's the whole
Oh,
thing. You have to go high up, and it does actually anger me a lot that the younger generation is not respecting that and mixing with us filthy commoners. I don't like
I
it.
like being a filthy commoner.
Yeah, me too. I kind of like being squalid in mud and then the king coming by and his carriage just spraying mud with me and just being, "Ooh, mud from His Majesty's wheels. That's good luck for 6 months." And then doing a little penny jig on the street, being like,
I'm covered in I'm covered in the king, most of the king's mud. No, I'm covered.
yeah,
in
yeah,
his-
yeah.
No, I am just not.
Yeah, and some bar wedge with like 3 teeth comes out. I'm gonna slug both of you.
Oh no, she's taking the royal mud. She is. Give her a slogging on her noggin.
Yeah, that's a crime. Then the cops come out with their little bobby hats, just being like, "Stealing the royal mud, are we?"
This is why you like it. It's like an extension of English culture from back in the day, and that shit is hilarious.
So good.
Like it's so just like
Those 3 accents.
yeah,
That's all
and
you need in life.
that's all you need. And like
That's why I want to go back to 1000 AD, because more people would have spoken like that.
yeah, and just this weird thing of just being like, like everything in the culture is strange. Like sort of like, I don't know, like skate for dinner. Best shark in the Thames it is. But if you eat too much, urban legends is if you eat too much of the Skates Thames, your stomach bulboses out to this size and explodes, and 1,000 canaries come out. But they're good luck, they are. So do it. Actually, that's the trick there. Do it. You should do that. Yeah.
Hey,
I
Jordan,
reckon you could write an entire thesis on why ending sentences with "it is" always hilarious.
Yeah, I know. They mastered comedy. There's a reason why the English are the funniest people on earth, and they are, without a doubt, the funniest people on earth. The ones that aren't trying to be funny are the funniest. Like any friends of family or extended, people I know in England that are just, I don't know, healthcare workers or accountants. They just sort of like, "You want to stay over for dinner?" I'm just like, "Yeah." And they're like, "What's so funny?" I'm like, "Stop, you're killing me. You're killing me." And it's like, "I'm being serious. What the fuck? I want to tell you, I'm actually very sick. Yeah, I have cancer." Like, it's just too funny. There's just something about them.
Jordan, can I ask you a question about the Crikey stuff? Because I need to know something.
Yeah. I don't know what I can answer, but go on.
Okay, so I was thinking that
Of donating. Well, they definitely need it.
is Crikey essentially is Crikey v Murdoch essentially Fairfax v Murdoch, and we've just been sort of told a story about a little media company fighting against this big company.
Yeah, that's more or less the run and short of it. Huh?
I read an Independent Australia article, and they were like talking about how Crikey isn't as small as they claim to be.
Yeah, even I read that, and I'm, believe it or not a very political man, and I'm in the know.
So is this like a giant billionaire ego struggle here that I've missed out on?
Yeah.
Million. I think it's millionaire.
No, but that's the whole thing. They're painting themselves as little guys, and literally on Media Watch, Paul Barry, who tried to paint me as killing it in life because one of the Crikey articles said that I earned, I don't know, $200,000 in some period of time, which wasn't even close to the truth.
Also
went to $200,000 worth of shares in Crikey, just being like, here's a great article from an up and coming jazzy newspaper outlet that understands the internet and doesn't take guff as an answer, and just putting that in.
Jesus.
And so it makes a lot of sense why he's constantly shilling their articles on Media Watch as the supposed Media Watch institution, which is so weird. It's like, what, you think a program that is broadcast on mainstream media is going to watch the mainstream media? I really like how this is taking a lot of stuffing out of that man's shirt. He's had it too good for too long. He, if anything, is the Prince Charles of Australia, that guy. Just this golden, easy life in life, just goes into the ABC studios in his Lycra bike, not wearing any clothes, and then just like, oh, I'm supposed to put on pants for 15 minutes a week? My God. We are slave drivers here at the public broadcaster.
Yeah, and then, there's such a fucking, I don't know if you guys know this, and I'm just going to put this out there, right? Let me just think this through. Okay, hold on. Journalists and owners of journalist organizations might not, jury's not out, might not be the most forthcoming and honest people on planet Earth. There, I said it.
And thank you for doing so, Miss. I think you've spoken for a lot of people. It's been on the forefront of their minds, but they're all too scared to say it.
Too cowardly to say it.
Too cowards.
All right, so do you think that they'll reach a settlement, or is this case going to actually go on until like there's a decision?
No, I think there's going to go on until there's a decision because Crikey wants it to. Crikey, this is the other thing that's so...
God, they suck.
They suck so much. And it's so calculated as well because originally when Murdoch said this is defamatory, they were shaking in their boots and wrote back, oh, we're going to amend the article. Sorry. And then someone in their marketing department was like, nah, did you see how much attention Friendlyjordies got? Let's milk it for all they're worth because unlike him where he'll have the entire press shitting on him and saying that he deserves to be bankrupt and that he's extremely rich, you guys, we're going to paint you as David and Goliath figures, major shareholders of this company that have made deals ranging from $20 million to $60 million in single business transactions, single business deals. You made $60 million. We're going to make you seem like you're David. And I mean, you kind of are David in comparison to a man that lives in the most expensive house in America, right? Like, yeah, I guess it's a... Yeah. This is not a David and Goliath match. This is like a Shaquille O'Neal versus Goliath match.
That's a good metaphor.
Shaquille O'Neal versus that kid from Like Mike. They're both good.
Like Mike. And instead of Goliath, it's actually like the dog from Air Bud or whatever it's called.
Well, he's too good. So now you've just outclassed everyone.
I blew it.
No, you took this mental exercise too far. But I suppose now we know where the limits of it are. So
I was having fun with it. You guys were talking about a serious situation. I had to go and ruin
it with too far
with my jokes, with my silly jokes.
Talk about this one particular news story from one of our patrons,
the Queen.
Please, the Queen.
So there's been some expose where about a lot of the students at Australian universities are basically paying people in Kenya to write their university assignments and are getting away with it. And the market
It was
price.
just a matter of
Why
time.
Kenya?
It was just a matter of time because it's
There's
cheap.
so many English-speaking countries, and
Dude.
some of them are poor.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I don't know if you know about this. It's a little secret. India is really poor.
Yeah, and they're trying to
Do they even speak English in Kenya? Isn't it like French?
and, well, some of them are working for Chinese companies and are writing these assignments for Chinese students in Australia. And apparently,
Dude, can I
the going rate for writing an assignment or an essay is $200 per 1,000 words, which is pretty fucking
cheap.
affordable.
dude, can I just say
That would have been my entire paycheck of the week. And let's be honest,
Yeah.
if I knew this service was available, I still would have done it.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, thank God I didn't go to uni now, because I would have done that in my first essay. Very first essay off to Kenya with you.
Yeah.
Even if it was like a group exercise where you had to like do a Zoom meeting, I'd pay someone in Kenya to pretend to be me and be like, hello, how's it going?
Apparently, one of the websites that's offering or was offering this service was getting about 400,000 hits per either day or month, one of the two, which makes a massive difference, but it's still.
Dude, how don't you think like there's no example of like the ubiquity as well as superfluousness of university today other than that story? Like it shows you it's pointless.
And it's really hard to get caught with this because they're not plagiarizing. Some dude in Kenya is literally writing your essay.
And for them,
that is
On his
sick.
lunch break.
The only way that they ever get caught is when it has at the top of it being like Taban Munbutu, and then crossed out just being like, I mean Kylie.
or like in case like they only know when the whole thing's written in French.
Yeah.
Like,
Or they check this out a lot. They start asking them to somehow include Coca-Cola in the essay. And if it comes back that they've written in Pepsi, they're just like, nah, this was done in a third world. That's how they get them.
That's how they know. That is how they know, because they daren't go against their god Pepsi man.
Well, it's not even that. They're just kind of like Coca-Cola, and they've got nothing in their mental dictionary for them. And then they just Google the image, and they're just like, "You must mean Pepsi."
Yeah, Pepsi. Yeah.
So apparently 10% of all students at any given point is a conservative estimate that are basically submitting their assignments written by someone else.
10%.
Oh my, that's insane.
And that's the amount that we know of. So obviously there's probably going to be more than that.
Dude,
How do we know that?
that's insane.
Dr. Curtis from Western Australia Uni, who edited the soon-to-be published book Contract Cheating in Higher Education, said in his research...
Okay, I'll definitely be reading this, but yeah.
It said in his research he found 10% students submit assignments written by someone else, and more than 95% of them are not caught.
Is this man's book launch?
Guess who's not
I
buying
hope
this
to
book?
God that he is at an Angus and Robertson book signing.
Oh, dude.
If he is, we're going to make Miss Love go over there and kind of just plagiarize being his fan, just being like, I'm your biggest fan. It's just like, really? And he's like, no, but you see, it's nice having someone that you can take to do things. So lay off people that are using Kenyans, right? The essays.
And then it'll be a full circle moment for him, and then he'll go on sabbatical in like fucking Kenya of all places to learn his mistakes.
Yeah. You see him look away, and then the next shot is just the Angus and Robertson on fire. Like his book be seen.
Yeah, and then the next shot is just basically June. Him just like in the desert.
What?
His little adventure.
Yeah.
It's fine. He goes to another
And
planet.
it says African desert somewhere, and then he just goes, there's Pepsi in this.
Oh, dude, June, gayest book ever.
I don't know about that, man. I think.
Dude, I saw June.
Oh, finally.
No.
Freaking good.
Did you like it?
All right,
I
Ali.
really liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
We thought that the Queen chat was late.
Yeah, no, dude, sorry. We're gonna go back to the Queen because there's a video that I want you guys to see, and it's apparently freaking out a lot of people. I'm not gonna
Okay.
say it until you actually you've got to listen to it, all right?
Oh, is there a way for me to? Fuck. Okay. I'll
Right,
show you next week.
can you
Doesn't
see the
matter.
video?
Yep.
Now be quiet and listen to it and tell me what you hear.
Death is irreversible and the fact she's, as you can see.
Did you hear that?
No.
Kind of.
I'm gonna play it again. So this is during the live coverage of the Queen's funeral, and this happened on live news, and it's freaking people out. Listen to it closely again.
Death is irreversible and the fact she's, as you can see.
The audio's too shit.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
What'd she say? What'd she say?
Basically, some creepy voice in the background says, "Death is irreversible. Death is irreversible."
It was Charles. It was King Charles having a laugh, dude.
Why is that freaking people out?
Because they're thinking that Queen might have,
Is a
come back
ghost.
from the dead to make an announcement. Death is irreversible.
That is really scary if that's the case.
Shit.
I hope that's not the
almost like-
case.
Weird shit happened. Do you know the day the Queen died, there was a cloud that was basically the shape of the Queen?
Let me see.
Nay.
Jordan, can you imagine if the ghost that I saw in Canberra just attended the procession? Just
Even she's mourning. So she's lining up. And then there's all, and because it's England, no one's scared because they see ghosts all the time. It's just like, paying your respects, are you? And
yes. Right. Oh, keep it down.
yes. I knew the Queen when she was a baby.
Oh, dude, this is really like clasping at straws.
Is this?
That's the Queen.
It looks nothing like her.
Look at the picture down, not the hat because that one's been reversed, but the one of the Queen wearing her crown. Now that's the Queen.
This one?
Come on.
But that's before she died.
That's not even. It's
Well,
just
it was a premonition. The cloud knew the Queen was going to die one day.
It was a premonition, dude. I mean, like that is not. I mean, it's kind of cute, but it's really. People are really injecting what they want to see in that image, aren't they? Come on.
But it
Well, what do
does
you
look like
see
the
then,
Queen.
Miss?
I see like
Toad from Super Mario?
no,
Fair enough.
I see what like 90% of clouds look like that are coming out of the valley. That's what I
Well,
see.
it is true. Most clouds do resemble the Queen.
Well, maybe that.
Well, they do. What is the Queen? Like an amorphous blob. What's a cloud?
So maybe Jordan is right. She's been like ordained by God to rule because he
Maybe.
keeps sending these clouds.
And she is coming back from the death being like, don't let them touch my jewels or whatever it said.
Oh,
It's not
all
bad.
right,
I'm
come on. How scared would you be tonight if the Queen's ghost came in, didn't know she was dead, and was just like, "Can you make me crumpets?"
dude, I'd be like, of course. I'd love to.
Would you
Yeah,
like
actually,
some
now that I think
stones
about it,
as
I hope that
well?
happens.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I wouldn't even be
I'd just
scared.
be like, "Can I shake your hand?" And no, I physically can't. And this was like, "That's all right. I don't like being touched anyway." And now I literally can't be.
would
Is
be
that true?
insane.
Did she not want to be touched?
Hey, I'll give you a
feel it.
little.
He'll
I'll
tell
give-
you.
I'll give you some insider trading. An extremely reliable source, my old neighbor John Thompson, and he's English, so like you can't. I mean, what other proof do you need? Swore, a man that in his 60s that wore a hairpiece, very trustworthy.
Yeah.
He swore he had it on good information, the Queen had a little side pocket. What do you call those things? Like little snifter of gin thing. You know, those little things that are like, and she used to swig from a bottle of gin daily.
Are you sure he didn't take this from a book?
He might have, but he was just like, don't you know? Whenever the Queen was like mentioned, it was like, you know, she has a little hip flask of gin that she swigs from every day in her purse. You know that, right? And I was just like, and dude, he drilled that into me so much that like it's in like the top 10 moral things of my life. It's like, be good to your neighbor, don't steal, the Queen drank gin every day, don't murder. Like it's like so
You know what's
ingrained
cool about that?
in
I
my
don't buy
head.
that though.
Why?
The choice of gin. Gin is particularly in England
It's
until
very
like
it's very English.
It might be, but it's really commoner. It's dirt poor drink. Only in the
True.
last decade has gin become so. Gin was always popular in Australia, but in the rest of the world, it was considered a dirty poor man's drink. And up
Right.
until the last decade, that was the case. When now recently, it's sort of being picked up again. So the idea that Queen drank gin, red flag.
Right. So you're thinking whiskey.
Damn, man. Ali is like one of those YouTubers that and reacts to that 9/11 conspiracy news change.
Vosh.
Like, I mean, look, all they're doing is casting aspersions. You're not actually offering an answer. Isn't that so much more charming that that's the difference between British and American culture, that it's that their conspiracy theories are. Now, you didn't hear it from me. The Queen every now and then has a cheeky snifter of gin, she does. Just a little bit, just for a little kick in the afternoon.
That's your
And then
secret
the
to it.
American ones is just like Sandy Hook didn't happen.
The English one is the English one's just like, that was her secret elixir to long life. It was.
Yeah, that's it. It's kind of just, I don't know, just like a sentence of J.K. Rowling's that she was about to put in one of the Harry Potter books. It was like, too shit. And then that's a couple of conspiracy.
Yeah, too contrived, and then John Thompson runs with it for life and passes it on to many generations of Australian children. What do you
What
think?
an English name, John Thompson. It sounds like a brand of pen. It's probably the pen that like Prince Charles was just like, cheap piece of crap. It's probably your neighbor.
Dude, I have to say, I'm really into this royal phase of Friendlyjordies. I'm into it. It's like, because it shows the man appreciates tradition and, you know, slippers and eels. Like all the important things in life. Eels, slippers, jewels, I guess, and a lot of this sort of like talking like this, like stumbling over words. I do get to the point eventually. It's quite endearing and it's quite sweet.
Yeah,
And also this, when they don't agree but don't want to say that they agree. Quiet.
Dude, England should just change its name to the Passive Aggressive Isles.
Yes. Yeah, passive aggressive Isles, and Ireland should change its name to Aggressive Isle.
And Scotland remains Scotland.
All right, and Wales changes its name to ?
Dude,
exclamation point too, because it's in Welsh.
Dude, did I ever tell you guys? I probably told you this story because I'm like weirdly proud of it, considering it's like not eventful or interesting the slightest. But nevertheless, with that little explanation, how good's this? I was at a party when I was living in Brighton, and we were all drinking, and they have, you know, this maps of countries and houses sometimes, and there was like a map of England, and we we're all just like drinking and partying, you know, the drugs, and I was just like height of the party, and there was just some people, and we're all talking about England. They're like, I really want to go to Cornwall. I have this plan to drive from Cornwall. And then someone would be like, I want to get to Edinburgh. And then like up here, it'd be so good. And then I'm just there drinking with my beer. And I go, I really want to see this part of England. And literally just circled exactly Wales. I didn't know what Wales was. And then everyone just looked at me and was just like, you literally just circled Wales in a perfect circle. And I was just like, holy shit.
Miss, you actually made a really. Can you explain to me? You just mentioned this, and I want to know why.
I was so disappointed.
If you're English and the more Shakespearean plays you read, the more you start mumbling when you're talking. Why is that?
I guess because you're becoming
educated.
You're becoming educated, and if you're educated, then you're very conscious about what you say, and also for some reason you contract epilepsy when you read enough Shakespeare. I don't know.
Too many red pills in the subtext.
Yeah, exactly, dude. What do you call it? What was that one called? Oh yeah, the Merchant of Venice, man. You read that and you start stuttering because it's too real.
You know that pretty much 4 of Shakespeare's plays are just the Merchant of Venice. It's just he was putting all these clues in about how Venice is taking over England, and just all the dumb illiterate drunkards obviously couldn't get the subtext. And they're just like, oh, you idiots here. The Merchant of Venice. And they were just like, yeah, you should write old play it is. It's like, ah! And then he was just, I guess, being like, that's it. I'm going to talk about the real issues then. A wizard that controls time on an island. I was like, what?
Dude, my literature teacher used to say
what
that.
Was that? Why was that the last one? At least call it what it is. Harry Potter 1.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious. I didn't know that. That's the funniest shit I've ever heard. Hey, you fools. Right, it's about how Venice is sinking, isn't it? Right? Yeah. I heard that city's sinking. I did.
Venice? Is that east of Essex, is it?
Well, it's called Manchester, yeah? You must have got that wrong. The Merchant of Manchester.
Right. What's a merchant?
Is that a fisherman? Right, so it's supposed to be called the Fisherman of Manchester. He wasn't that clever, this bloke, honestly, really. I'm helping him fix his own fucking play.
And what's a fisherman? Just call it the eel gutter of Essex. Wouldn't that be awesome? If Shakespeare was like low class and all of his names. What else has he got? Let's think of it, boys.
Othello's just called.
Called.
Othello's just called fucking Bob.
No, Othello, because it's kind of like it's just called Checkers. Summer Night's Dream is just like, me head got bumped in the middle of the night. That me noggin got a bump in it, did?
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet is like Polly and Molly.
And the reason they couldn't get married is because Molly went for Arsenal.
And everyone knows the only way to get through life like that is suicide. What else? What else is there?
What else is there, Ali? Come on, you got
Ali, come on.
What else have we got?
Taming of the Shrew.
Oh,
Taming of the Shrew.
Dude, smashing of the Essex Bordello. Fucking
yeah. What are they called again?
I don't know, night workers or some shit.
Not a night worker.
Smashing of the
Smashing of the Mingers.
Oh, dude, smashing of the minge.
And Tempest. Oh, look at the time.
No, Tempest. You know you want it.
And one of them, what's another one? Macbeth is just called Elton John's greatest hits.
Who is the fairest queen of them all? Me, darling. Fuck. I don't think this has been said enough. We're geniuses.
Well, today's stream, which is, as everyone's calling it, Jordan's Sleepover night, is getting quite a few viewers. We've got close to 600 for his Zoom call.
Nice. That's pretty good.
Pretty decent.
Hey, welcome, guys. Thanks heaps.
Hey, guys, I think it's now time to bring out the honorary, the royal bottle, if you will. Dan, 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 dan,
No!
dan, 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 dan.
No!
Dan, 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 dan. Dude, this should be next to the Queen if they had real of liberty.
Don't give the Queen.
Now, as the ceremonial proceedings and traditions have said, we each have a sip of the bottle. Pass it round.
No, it shouldn't have been born at this exact moment. Well, I'll give you this, miss. Looking at your piss bottle made me cry as much as the Queen's death. I think it's time to bust this out.
Miss, is that your piss bottle?
Yes!
The
Yes,
royal...
Ollie, what were you looking at chat?
I thought that was like a drink that didn't you just drink from it?
No. I'm drinking from this. Don't be silly. It turns into piss in about an hour.
Why does your piss bottle say heavy? How much are you pissing in it?
It gets heavy, my friend.
See, I still don't get why you're still pissing in a bottle. You haven't had COVID in 5 months.
I got used to it, and I have to walk down some stairs.
Disgusting human beings. Miss, Jordan, remember last time he literally fished out butter chicken from the bin or whatever?
What do you mean last time?
It's been, hey, that was hardly rubbish, right?
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Mislav is a homeless man that by chance lives in a house. Don't you think you always see that around homeless people? They always do, like they always go in a bottle as well. It's just like, dude, isn't the entire world your urinal?
Hey,
you're gonna throw it away anyways.
Dude, if I had grass, be getting a workout, let me tell you that.
If you had grass,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be getting some serious punishment. Much like the one plant that you were entrusted to look after, and you decided to start pissing in it.
Yeah, thinking it's gonna grow, like it's good for it.
That's right. I killed it once, and I was like, I wonder what the problem is.
Well, better keep continuing to piss on its seeds.
I think it was just the high concentration of acid that was its demise. You know?
Yeah, I would guess that's probably the case, man. I don't know if plants like having acid spilt on them like 4 times a day.
Literally poisoning the fucking earth, dude. It's poisoning it.
Boys, I gotta go to the toilet.
Boy, maybe we should call it a night, miss.
I'll let him come back though.
Okay, we'll let him come back.
Are you a barrister yet or what?
Well, I'm not a barrister, but I'm hopefully finishing in a month. Mid-November is I think my last exam, and then I should be done with the degree. But still not a barrister, dude. Do you know what you've got to do to become a barrister?
I know you have to like do the amazing race and go around the world in 80 days or whatever, right?
Pretty much. You've got to do the bar exam.
Well, I mean, I've done that. It's not that hard to work at a pub.
Miss, do you sometimes miss working at like one of those hospitality venues, or are you just like, nah, I can't, not anymore?
Yeah, I miss it. I miss working in bars, but I definitely don't miss working in a restaurant and owning a restaurant. But yeah, I do miss working in bars a bit.
Why was he good?
It's easy work. It's really social. That's about it.
And picking up, that's something that bartenders get.
Doesn't hurt, mate.
No, but like, is it true? Like,
Yeah.
is it, as the rumors say, that bar dudes and dudesses? Well, let's be real.
Put it
like,
this way.
those girls can just get laid
The
whenever they want.
Dudess of Cornwall.
Put it this way. I've only once been really close to having a threesome, and it was because I worked at a bar.
I thought that was because you worked for Friendlyjordies and two fans wanted to have sex with you.
No.
Hey, yeah, that's
Jesus.
right. You had two options in life.
No, that never happened. What are you talking
Yes,
about?
it did.
No, it didn't. When?
Oh, okay. We're playing that
told
game
us.
because they might be listening to the pod.
I
Yeah,
actually-
yes, it didn't
Okay.
happen.
No, I legitimately don't know what you're talking about. But the
I know what I'm talking about. Am I
swear, Miss,
delirious?
you told us the story, and you were like too lazy to have the threesome.
That's not true. That's just not
No,
a thing.
okay, all right. So Ali remembers this as well. Miss Love, you
It's
do have
not-
to accept this, all right? Like, I remember more of your life than you do.
Dude, I think I have all. I was gonna. I call it jokingly old timers, and I was gonna say that, but I think that I have old timers.
Yeah, I
must
think you got
have-
old timers too.
Yeah.
What a memory to forget. That sucks.
No, I just don't think that. But anyway, to answer your question, yeah. Sometimes I miss working in bars, but like, it's a pretty fucked job, bro. You know.
Yeah, because wouldn't you like finish at 5 a.m. and then
Oh
go to the
well,
bar?
no. Well, sometimes you'd finish at like 4. It's just like it's very demeaning. You know, it's demeaning work.
Why is it demeaning?
I don't know, man. Like sometimes you literally have to mop up vomit.
That doesn't sound too pleasant.
Once I served someone a taco with a battery in it.
What?
Oh, I remember that.
A battery. And
Did
then
you
I took
put
a
it
photo.
there?
And I was beefing with the head chef at El Loco at the time. So I knew he wouldn't believe me. So I took a photo of it. And I was like, dude, there's a fucking battery in that taco. And he was just like, no, this Asian dude called Felix, he was like, no, I don't believe it. There's no way. There's no way. So I was like, motherfucker, I took a photo. And I showed him. He was just like, you put it there. You put the battery there. I'm like, fuck's sake. Dude, it's really common
How did the
shit.
battery
Wait,
get
so
in there?
did-
I really just don't think
I-
that
Did
guy
the
put it in.
taco mince cook with the battery?
You know how it happened?
Probably was you, Miss. You are obsessed with acid.
It wasn't me. You know what happened?
What?
One of the fucking alarm. It gets so like busy in these institutions that like there was a little alarm clock for like, oh, the fucking battered cauliflower flowers are ready. So like or whatever. And like the alarm clock fell onto the stove and smashed, and one of the batteries flew out and landed in a taco. So basically, like 10 tacos were covered in plastic and batteries. But lucky
And you
dip.
served 9 of them.
Yeah, well, I think the other ones had enough plastic that the people were like, oh, the shrimp's pretty crunchy on this one. It must be Mexican style. Down the hatch. Mm. But like the battery, I mean, it's like, nah, you're not going to get away with that. So yeah,
Yeah, at that point, you might be able to ask for an exchange, not a refund.
Yeah, so that's why you miss working at a bar.
I don't really.
'Cause every
miss
now and
it.
then you could have a fight with someone that you were kind of scared of. That was
You know why I miss it? I miss it specifically the feeling of pouring a beer. It's very satisfying because it's like, oh yeah, out it comes. Yep. Oh, yep. Oh, that's nice. Yep. Hold it. Beer froth. Let it shit. Hey, top it off. Yep. Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh, centimeter ahead. Fuck. That's fucking. Put that on a fucking postcard. All right. Cheers, mate. $8.50. Time to do that 1,000 more times. You know, like I miss that. I like the pouring action.
The pouring action is
I really like the idea that Miss Love yearns for a minimum wage job where he had to clean up vomit
I don't.
because he could just be like, yeah, it's pretty much the same as the other ones that I don't.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Me going, yeah. There's very little difference between this and pouring a glass of water. Go me. I'm doing something a 6-year-old has mastered. Good on me.
But isn't allowed to, so they have to hire me.
Exactly. That's right, Ali. Don't forget.
All right, everyone. We might have to call it a night. Thank you guys for joining us. And if you've just joined in, you can re-listen to this pod. But Jordan has COVID, which is why we couldn't be at the studios.
3rd time in a row, by the way.
Third
the
time in a
hat-trick.
row. That must be some kind of a record.
And shout out to the only 2 jab club. No mind control for us. Yay.
Yeah, go boys. I've done it purely because I forgot to get it, even after getting COVID 3 times. And you know what else as well? Still not going to get it. And it's not because of a conspiracy theorist. It's just I can't be bothered.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Yeah. That is. See, you get all sides of the argument here. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you sign it up. Hey, if you want extra content, sign up to the Up Late podcast. Everybody that gets on it, they get addicted to it.
Yeah.
With very, very good reason. Because if you thought this was loose, holy hell. It was, but so is the Up Late podcast, is what I'm saying. And also, come see my live show in Sydney.
Oh, yeah, that.
Which is happening.
28th of September, 1st of October. Your boy's there at the Paddington RSL. Was going to say one of the best venues in Sydney, and then I realized that is a huge lie, but it is a venue.
No, it's good. It's good.
It beats the Opera House.
Let's just say it's spiritually where Miss Love should be pouring a beer right there.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.